Hey everybody, how are you? That sounded real country, didn't it? I'm from South Carolina. Please forgive me.
We out here in G Street.
We
We
out
out
here
here
out here
in these
in
streets.
these streets.
So that's not proper English. So
Out here,
out here.
not out here. Out here. Still in California.
With my neck brace and neck roll on so I can be comfy.
Listen, this is the biggest, longest country ever. We have been leaving California since 9:30 a.m. Pacific time, and it is 5:27 Pacific time, and we are still in California. I am amazed at how big this state is. This is T Squared. My name is Eleanor. My handsome husband Patrick doing the driving.
And we're broadcasting right now on StreamYard. We're broadcasting across all of our platforms where T Squared is our Facebook page for the logistics side. So if you want to keep up with us on our venture where we're sharing this business, we have our own authority, all of that good things. If you watch the first one, we're just journalizing, if you will, our journey. Uh, and we've been, I don't know how many states now, just in a couple of weeks. But we're streaming across T Squared on YouTube. So go and like and get the notifications when we're sending out new content because we're going to keep you updated. We may not always be on my wife's Facebook platform, and then we're going to minister as well because we are ministers. So a lot of it, well, all of it is ministry. We have a ministry page full of grace ministries as well. So I'll let my wife talk as I drive. I just want to kind of update everybody that we are streaming over all of them. T squared, T, and then just a letter T and squared spelled out. I hope you took English classes. And T squared basically meaning there's two takes, there's two of them. So go and like the page, follow the page, get notifications, uh, ask questions however you want to, whenever you want to. We'll try to answer as much as possible. Um, we love consultation. If you want to know about this business, if you choose to want to get into it, no matter what it is, because we're going to grow our fleet from Sprinter cargo to straight truck, which is a 26-foot box truck, up to a semi. So we're going to be doing it all, but that's the growth. But there's a learning curve and there's a business aspect to it. This is not something that you just jump into uh, half-heartedly, just want to do, just want to be. It is something that you really have to be really all in. If you're a couple, which is great to be able to travel with my wife, and we love to preach the gospel. So people who are listening in and want to get information, this is one thing you need to understand. We're going to come from the heart of God when we give you information. That's why our consultation is free. We don't charge for consultation because for us, consultation is like counseling, and counseling is the word. And we preach the word, and we don't charge people for it. Does that make sense? So I'll let my wife talk.
Right. So if you guys saw me look aside, it's because we are in California. It is our first time being on the West Coast. And for those of you who are at least, I want to say 30 and older, you may remember a song or a commercial with Route 66. It's a very famous highway in California. They actually have renamed it. We are actually on Highway 40 East. So Route 66 has been renamed, and I saw a sign. I had to grab my phone because I wanted to take a picture of the sign because I'm so intrigued that some of the stuff that I grew up listening to or seeing on television, I'm actually on that same trip. So it's very interesting to me to see all of this. I'm like a kid in a candy store. if you want to know the truth. I'm like a kid in a candy store. So much to see out here in California. Earlier, I did a video that we're going to post later of the different mountains that we've seen. And I believe we were on 58 East coming in, and the Holy Spirit just had me to share how big those mountains were. And sometimes the mountains seem so big in our lives that we believe that we cannot accomplish anything. There, everything is so big and so humongous. The problem, the situation, the circumstance might be a relationship, might be a job, might be friendship, whatever the situation is. And we think that it's so big and so vast that we are in it alone. We feel sometimes secluded, sometimes we feel crushed, sometimes we feel alone, we feel abandoned, and we feel as if we are the only ones experiencing whatever it is that we're experiencing. And we think there is no hope. But we come to tell you there is hope. If you don't know Jesus, we ask you to accept Jesus into your heart today. Now, we're not giving you a pie in the sky. We're not telling you that everything is going to be okay, because once you give your life over to the Lord, the enemy will come and he will try to attack you even more and make you feel as if you've made a mistake. The world's hope is, it might be, it could be, there's a maybe, there's what people call a 50-50 chance. The Bible hope is 100%, because God said in his word that he swore by no greater, so he swore by himself. And as you look at the mountains, when I post the video, I want you to look at the mountains and see how big they are. But I also want you to remember this as you're viewing those mountains on the video. God is bigger than those mountains, because God created those mountains. And everything that he made good. So to him, the mountains are just like an ant hill or a little mole hill or a little sand dune. There's nothing that God cannot do. But if you look at the mountain and see how big it is, it can be terrifying. It can make you anxious. It can make you agile, and you're to the point where you don't feel as if there's no way out, because these mountains are so huge. You could be looking at the mountain and saying, I can't climb that mountain. I will never be able to get over that, what we call hump.
Might I interject a little
Sure,
bit, sweetheart?
sure.
So this is what I want to tell my wife. I love her to life, and I want to tell you as we're doing this venture, we're going to preach the gospel. What we want to also do is let's share let's share this with them. Let's share this with them as we minister, because I don't want to minister, and I'm not correcting my wife, but I don't want any and everybody to feel like we're ministering at you at this time. Some of you might be tuning in. What are you guys doing? How is it going? How far are you out? This, that. Let's give them a little bit of geographic. Let's share with them what we're seeing, because we can't turn the camera around. Right now, we're like 1,600 miles away from our destination. We started with like 2,200 miles. Now, there are going to be some people out there, again, and this is what I mean by mixing the word with that. We're not, I don't want to just solely give you the gospel, because I know me. Can I just say me? If I'm watching me, if Patrick is watching Patrick, and all of a sudden I'm just on here preaching, what's going to happen is I'm losing focus, because I'm thinking, what is that you're driving? Some people are going to jump on here and you want to know. So, but in the mix of that, what my wife is trying to do is encourage when you're out here doing this job and seeing the things that really relate to the word, where the mountains are so humongous. Sometimes your trials can seem that way as well. We're not showing you the mountains right now. We've seen them. She said my wife is going to post them. But right now, I want you to understand that's the main thing. The majority of all of what we're talking about is inclusive, because we are driving through different states all the time, and it gets challenging. I don't want anyone to think this is for the mile of meek. because just like an 18 wheeler just roll out, you're sometimes on a 2 lane or 1 lane and traffic's coming back the other way, and you're hauling, and you might be in what we were in 2 days ago, which was wintry weather,
Right.
which we don't too much enjoy, but that's what we had to do. So um, we want to give you the information on what we're doing, because there's a lot of people out there that's changing careers. They're changing their lives, and they're searching. My wife and I want you to understand, we prayed about this. We've been led by the Spirit of God, and we have no qualms, if you will, with stepping out and being all in. Everybody everybody is not there. Some people can't just pick up and do that. So the questions that some may ask, which we can answer, typically while we own, I can't, my wife can. Uh, we like for you to ask or send an email, and then we'll respond, whether it's on Facebook, my wife's page. I'm not on Facebook at the time, probably won't ever come back, or our YouTube. So hit us up. We, like we say, we out here. We want to have fun. We want you to see how much fun. But there's a good, bad, and indifference in everything. Any downside to this is equal to the experience that we have. And what you'll find out is we won't talk about, we will rarely talk about how much money we make, because really that is so low on our totem pole, where we're going to make the money, God's going to grow it. However, the experience is what we desire, and for you to get the ministry out of it. All right, sweetheart.
So we're again in California. I've said that several times. And what we see are mountains. We're right now on a 2 lane road, a 4 lane with a divider in the middle, which is great. But one of the things Patrick was talking about earlier was being on this road. And we've come through some parts of California where there's only a 2 lane road, and the wind gusts are so, I don't know, high. Is that the right word? The wind gusts, and being mindful and being careful, because this cargo van is rocking and the 18 wheeler is beside you, and you just have to be careful and be mindful. But we're not anxious, we're not afraid, we're not nervous. We're just enjoying the trip. There's a lot of things that we haven't experienced coming from South Carolina, the winds and the high altitude. But it's been a lot of fun. It's been a lot of fun, and we're glad to be out here together. Glad to be able to come on and share with you all our adventures. Our first trip was from South Carolina to Cincinnati, Ohio, and we went through 10 states to get to Pasco, Washington. And then we left Pasco, Washington, and went to Los Angeles area, California. We went to Sacramento, went back to Nevada, came back to California, and now we're on our way to Mississippi. One of the things that we have discovered traveling is it's better to travel during the day. For us, it just makes it easier for us to travel during the day. There's so many things that you will miss at night. Some of the beautiful sights, some of the things that you see God's creation while you're traveling, and so it just helps us to travel during the day, especially in unfamiliar territory. It's just a lot easier for us. So again, we wanted to come on and just give you a tidbit of where we are. Hope that you guys are having a great day. Hope that where you are, you're safe and you're warm. And if you have any questions or concerns, you can contact us, info@igniviallc.com. That's info@igniveallc.com. Babe?
Well, we're good. And again, jumping on every now and again, really just to give you a quick peek through this journey. We'll hit you guys back uh, at our second big stop, so you can see where we are. I'm trying to make it to Albuquerque first. If you've watched the cartoons, You remember Bugs Bunny always talked about making that left turn at Albuquerque. I'm gonna try to make a right turn on Albuquerque. So we'll see you guys then. Hope you're enjoying it. The content, we're gonna continue to put it out. We're gonna try to put it out each day. Now today we just put a great deal out, really kind of to catch people up because we didn't put it out when we left the East Coast. Now we're putting it out, headed back from the West Coast to the East Coast, uh, and just enjoyable. You want to know anything, just hit us up. Be blessed again and have a great day. We'll check back in, okay? All right. Deuces.
That's our California. That's our new language that we created while on the road. That's hello and goodbye.